Hello and welcome, dear students. Let us evaluate another paper for grade 10 English Literature and Language, subject code 184. The candidate has used the sample question paper released by the CBSE and the marks scored are 75 and a half. That means this paper will be quite challenging for us to evaluate. We will be using the strategy of 1 star and 3 wishes. That means we need to identify one good quality in this answer sheet, and we need to give 3 suggestions for improvement. It will be quite challenging for us to give 3 suggestions because the paper has been attempted very well. Now let us look at the marks breakup. The reading section, the marks are 19 out of 20. That means only 1 mark lost. And in writing, it is 8.5 out of 10. So we'll have some area somewhere where we can give suggestions for improvement. Grammar, it was complete, full, 10 on 10. Literature reading, it was 10 on 10. And literature subjective, 2 marks were lost there. So we have got literature and writing and reading, 3 areas where we can give certain suggestions to this candidate for improvement so that in the final examination the scores are nearly in 90s. Let us look at it. We can see the MCQ. One answer is lost. First of all, reading the question number as in the question paper, the sub question number, and the option literal is in the correctly placed in the textual area with the answer. This is essential. It's a CBSE requirement that the answer should be placed along with the option literal, literal, literal. And then we have the option which was incorrect. Kindly give suggestions to the candidate how this kind of error can be avoided. Should the candidate read every paragraph and give a label or key title to the paragraph so that when one has to read and revisit, the candidate knows which paragraph to visit, or you want to give a suggestion in the MCQ strategies for MCQ, that means to read and eliminate the most incorrect answer and narrow down the options and then evaluate and go read and evaluate and eliminate. It's up to you. If you know any other strategy, kindly give the strategy for evaluation. You can see most of the answers are correct. The candidate has selected the questions which he or she had to answer, and it has carefully responded to the correct number of questions. Reading section, 2 questions are over. Now it is the literature reading. You can see the question number is labeled, the option is labeled very clearly, and the sub question number is also labeled here in the margin, and the option with the correct answer that is also given. The paper is very neatly done. Question number 4, option E is attempted. Sub question number literals are given over there and the numbers are given. The option literals are given with the correct response. Then the MCQs for grammar, there are 3 such questions, question 5, 6 and 7. Question number 5, sub questions and the option with the correct answers. Question number 6 and sub questions and the option literal in the textual area with the correct answer. In question number 7, there was an option. So question number 7, 1, 2, 4 and 6 is attempted. That means selected questions are attempted, and the students were asked to answer only 4 questions. So it is very carefully selected. Where you know the correct answer, always attempt those questions. That completes part A. Now it's coming to part B of the question paper, the writing section. You can see question number and the option category that is also very clearly labeled over here. The self-address completion in the question paper, the country of course was not given, but it is the responsibility of the student to write the complete address along with the city and country. Date format, have a look at that. The SHO, it is given in the question paper, but what is expected is the full form, that is the um, station house officer. Kindly excuse. There is a station home officer, station house officer, and then it is the Satyanagar police station. The is missing over here. Then city, and the country. And the title should be around in 3 to 4 words. It should not be a sentence. For example, disregard to quarantine rules are can also be capital, and in the locality can be scored off. It should be underlined. The subject should be placed after the salutation, that is, dear sir, sir slash ma'am, or respected sir slash ma'am, both are correct. But subject should be placed after. I, comma, have a look at this. I, comma, there should be one more comma over here. That is how you can read I am a resident. Am is missing over here from here. I am a resident of Nagar and am, I think the student has given the comma here and here. That means you should read I am this much to that distance. Tabassum, a resident of Satyanagar colony. You that is also correct, but to read I with that distance is quite a large. But it is up to you. You can give. It is also correct. Let us go further. Uh, Evaluate the student on the choice of language, whether it is formal or informal, whether it is academic writing or non-academic writing. You have one hint over here for giving suggestions to the candidate. The candidate can also underline certain key aspects if it is a transitional word. Have a look at the salute, the closing, the subscription. That yours truly is written only to editors. Over here, sincerely or faithfully could have been more appropriate. Signature is in place. Name in capital letters and in bracket, that is in place. The next question, the title is missing. The first line, if it is picked from the question paper, it should embed very well into the paragraph. The paragraph means that either one sentence, one long complex sentence is a paragraph in itself, but if you're writing several sentences, it should be written in concise manner together. There should be no space between the sentences. So over here, the candidate has given some space. That means the candidate has written in two parts, which is not considered as one paragraph at all. And definitely CBSE has made it very clear in the answer script that only one paragraph should be written for paragraph writing. So the marks for title, that is for format, that is lost over here, and the marks for format, that means the paragraph is not in place. So that is the major loss over here. The candidate has written an essay rather than a paragraph. So that is how the format is incorrect. Coming to literature, have a look at this question number, so option number, and the the sub question number. Opening with the writer's name, the kind of prose, a short story, the title, and a strong verb. And then come to your text. Use citations, one or two. It depends on if you're reading your textbook as a revision, the citations will fall very naturally in place. You don't have to mug it up or you don't have to learn it by heart. Read your textbook and it will fall in place. Look at the second question. The name of the writer, the autobiographical reference or autobiography is more than enough. A long, if this L looks capital to you, it's correct. If it looks small to you, it requires correction. Otherwise, I think the candidate has written correctly. Look at the citations used by the candidate, the name of the writer. You can see option B over here. It is suggested that question number is also written over here with option B. Look at the citations. It is suggested that question number and the sub questions are written together, because if the examiner has taken a break and revisits to correct the paper from this point onwards, it should be the question number and the sub number should be together. Question number 11, option A has been selected, and this is where your PE technique comes handy from 11, 12 and 13. So writer's name, it is an extract which is an autobiography, of course, a diary from the diary of Anne Frank. Feel careful of such kind of errors. If there is time, kindly read your question paper, answer script before submitting. Look at the reference. It is suggested that it is evident that these kind of expressions are not evident in this answer. So that could be one suggestion. It is evident that, it can be said that, it can be cited that. Option B, the question number should also have been written along with it. This one absence of an expression, it is evident that that would have added to the answer. Question number 12. This is entirely PEE technique to be used over here. The comparative statement, how it is to be done, the comparison is written over here, and you can see the second, it is that it is evident that over is used over here, which is a part of PEE technique. And how is it to be done? If it is question B is given, make that part distinguish and draw a comparison. If it is option A, then make that explain that and draw a comparison to the other. This is the last question, and the technique has been used very well over here. The writer's name, the title, it was a short story. It's a masterpiece through which the story has been narrated, and then again the it is evident or it can be cited that that kind of expression, it can be cited that. This is where 1 mark has been taken away. Give suggestions how this answer can be improved. Coming back to this kind of answer where you have drawn a comparison, give suggestions whether one should draw a comparison. If the text is given of one and only references to be given of the other, give your suggestions how this kind of correlated kind of text can be done in a better manner. Whether you give an explanation or you make one part distinguish and keep drawing a comparison, or you do it separately and then draw a comparison towards the end. Give your suggestions for improvement. You can type in the comment box below. Thank you very much for your kind attention.